Hey guys, welcome to my next installment of the CFOP tutorials. Alright, so in this video we're going to be learning two-look PLL. So the concept of two-look PLL is pretty simple. Let's just do this quick. So we get to PLL. Remember, OLL is when we solve the whole white face. PLL, we're going to solve the stuff around this layer here. So here, this is called an R-perm because we have to swap these two edges and these two corners. But we're not going to use that in this case. What we're going to do is we're going to solve the corners and then the edges. So in this case, we're going to do, geez, I haven't done two-look in a while. We're going to do something like this, and it's going to solve all of our corners, and then we just have to solve our edges with another algorithm like this. And then it's solved. Alright, so these are pretty easy to learn. Well, mostly the edge ones are the easiest to learn. The corner ones are a little harder, but today we're just going to be starting with the edge ones. So the first edge one we're going to do is called the U-perm. The U-perm is when there's one solved bar in the back. We're going to get this one, and this one need to be swapped around in a cycle. In this case, this needs to go in a clockwise cycle, because this goes over here, this goes here, this goes here. However, there is an easier way to recognize this. When you see you have a U-perm, and it's kind of obvious how to recognize a U-perm, but when you see you have a U-perm, and you look on the left, and there's the opposite color right there, because red is opposite to orange, then you're going to know that you have this one. And the algorithm for this one is M2. M is just going to be this vertical middle slice here. U prime, M prime, U2, M, U prime, M2. And if you don't know how to finger trick M2, you're just going to double flick in the back. That's hard to look at. But you're going to flick with you're going to flick twice with different fingers back here. And it's the same thing for just an M. You're just gonna, bam. I normally do that with my middle finger. And if I'm doing M2, I'll normally go ring finger, middle finger. That's how I do my M moves. So, again, if we're doing this U-perm, where the opposite is on the left, we're gonna do M2, U prime, M prime, U2, M, U prime, M2. So, now that's for that U-perm. The opposite U-perm is when we see we don't have an opposite on the left, we have an opposite on the right. So, we're going to do the same algorithm, except all of our U-primes are just going to be changed to U. So, this is going to be easy. It's M2, U, and I normally do a finger push back here, U. So, where were we? M2, U, M prime, U2, M, U, M2. And this algorithm is pretty easy to do. It's just a little different from the other one. Again, opposite on the right. So M2, U prime, M prime, U2, M, U, M2. And that's how you do that one. Now the other two are about the same complexity. Recognizing this one, this is called the H-perm, where they have to swap these two and these two, just the two across from each other. This is really easy to recognize, because you'll see opposite here, 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 opposites on all sides. And it kind of looks really cool. Like, no matter what orientation you're holding, it's just opposites on all sides. And this algorithm is similar to the U-perm algorithm, like the first one, but every M is just made an M2. So M2, U prime, M2, U2, M2, U prime, M2. And that's it. And the execution is really fast. Again, you see opposite edges on all sides. Some people will see this and they're like, man, these two corners have to swap. I just turn the top face twice, see what do you have now. But so the two edges need to swap. So M2, U prime, M2, U2, M2, U prime, M2. So that's pretty easy. And then my personal favorite of these This is the Z perm. We see we have these two adjacent edges that need to swap, and then these two over here. It's because these two are different colors, and these two need to swap. So you're gonna hold it so that the two that need to swap is on the front and the left, and then the other two are on the right and the back. And then we'll do this algorithm. This one's actually different from the U perms, but it can be memorized pretty simply. So M2 U prime, M2 U prime. So it's just M2 U prime twice at the beginning. And then M prime, and I like to do that just like pull like that. M prime, U2, M2, U2, M prime, U2. This algorithm is really fun and really fast. I'm actually going to switch angles here. But again, we're going to recognize this because these two need to swap, and these two in the back need to swap. So you're going to hold the ones, the front and the left need to swap, and the right and back need to swap. And then you're going to go M2, U prime, M2, U prime, M prime, U2, M2, U2, M prime, U2. And that might even be too long for you, right? Well, first off, I have all the algorithms in the description, but this one I can help you with, like how you memorize it. Cool. First, we have M2 U prime, just twice. Oh, oops, that was a U2. M2 U prime, M2 U prime. That's easy enough. Then we see we're going to have these here. So we're going to go M prime so that we can bring this back here so it matches with that block. That's just going to be our U2. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. Bring it back to the top with an M2. Oh, oops, that was an M1. No, that wasn't M2. Bring it to the top with an M2. And then do your U2 to connect it with that. Then when you bring it back down, you just have the top up 2. And that's easy enough if you think about it like that. So, if you want a fancy abbreviation for this, these are your edge PLLs or EPLLs. So that is all that is for the EPLLs. There were only 4 of them. This is part 1 of our 2-look PLL tutorial. Part 2 will go over the CPLLs or corner PLLs, and there were only 3 of those. But they are definitely harder algorithms. So I'll go over how you recognize them, how you execute, just kind of like in this video. Thank you for watching. Hope this was helpful. Algorithms in the description, so that's a resource for you. And kind of terrible keyword out.